28th of January 2025, the aircraft caught fire shortly before takeoff at Jimhae International Airport, resulting in 7 injuries and the evacuation of all 176 people on board. And everybody survived this. In fact, there was only 7 injuries total. After the South Korean government sent an investigation on the crash, amid suspicions that the fire was caused by a battery that had been placed inside a carry-on bag in the overhead compartment, the South Korean government was reported to be reviewing procedures on the handling of batteries inside the aircraft. On February 13, 2025, the MLIT announced a ban on South Korean airlines from storing portable batteries, e-cigarettes, and other electronics in the overhead bins. Thankfully, nobody was killed. But 24 hours later, another flight wouldn't be so lucky. January 29th, a Light Air Services Beechcraft 1900 that was carrying oil workers crashed shortly after takeoff from GPOC Unity Airstrip in South Sudan. Out of the 21 occupants on board, 20 of them were killed. The aircraft was performing a regularly scheduled charter flight at around 10:30 a.m. local time. Approximately 10 minutes after takeoff, the aircraft lost height and crashed into the ground. A witness reported that a wing had snapped off, resulting in the aircraft losing altitude. Pictures shared on social media showed that debris were scattered across the site of the crash, with the aircraft upside down. And the head of the Center for Peace Advocacy, the CPA, alleged that the accident was caused by the South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority's poor enforcement on safety standards, allowing aging and outdated aircrafts to fly in South Sudan. But let's continue to the same exact day over in America, January 29th. In the 2025 Potomac River mid-air collision, American Eagle Flight 5342 and a United States Black Hawk helicopter collided mid-air over the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. The collision occurred at 8:47 p.m., about half a mile short of runway 33 at Ronald Reagan Airport. All 67 people aboard the 2 aircraft were killed in the crash, 64 on the airliner and 3 on the helicopter. It was the first major U.S. commercial passenger flight crash in nearly 16 years since the Colgan Air Flight 3407 in 2009. This is probably the one that most of you guys have heard of and seen the photos of the most. 19 seconds before the collision, the airliner crew received an automatic alert from the Traffic Collision Avoidance System, starting traffic, 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 traffic. And then 17 seconds before the collision, the controller instructed the helicopter to pass behind the flight. One of the crew members of the helicopter depressed a mic for 0.8 seconds to communicate with the controller. During this transmission, which may have caused the pass behind part of the transmission to be missed by the helicopter crew.